Hello everyone. Previously we had discussed about the variables, right? Previously we had discussed about the variables. Today we'll be discussing about the variable names in the Python, right? So today we'll be discussing about the variable names in the Python. Basically, what are variable names here? Variable names are identifiers. They are used to label the data. Basically, variable names are identifiers that are used to label the data. Python has rules for naming. Python has rules for naming. Means we should not use any spaces. It must start with a letter. It must start with a letter or underscore, and they are case sensitive. Just keep this in mind. Python has rules for naming. No spaces. It must start with a letter or underscore, and they are also case sensitive, right? So these things we have to keep in mind, right? Variable names are identifiers that is used to label the data. Just keep this in mind, man. So here, before considering the example, I just want to explain certain things. So certain allowed naming, this one, certain allowed names are, so I can just go with a my underscore where, right? So also I can just go with the underscore where this is also allowed, right? So I can just go with the data too. So this is also allowed basically, right? So it should not start with a digit. So to data, this is not allowed, man. So this is not allowed. To data, this is not allowed, right? So my hyphen where, this is also not allowed. This is also not allowed. And class is a keyword in the Python, and we should not make use of the keyword for the variable names, right? So this is also not allowed, right? So I hope this part is completely clear, right? So let's go with a very simple example, man. Let's go with a very simple example. So I'll just go with the username variable name. I'll just go with the username variable here. So here, let me go with the user underscore name, and let me give something within the strings. I'll just go with the Bharadwaj. I'll just go with the Bharadwaj. This is fine. And also user 2. So I'll just go with, I can just go with the user 2, right? This starts from the character or the letter, right? It can start with a letter or the underscore, and they're case sensitive as well, as I've said, right? So here I'll just go with the user 2 and assign this to the string again. So I'll just give here Gauri. I just give here Gauri, right? So this is fine. Let me print, let me print something. So here, let me go with a variable name, username, and also let me print user 2. Let me copy this one and let me paste it over here, right? So now if I try to run this, we have to get the output. We have to get the output Bharadwaj Gauri, right? So let's try the same thing. I'll just go with the Python. Let me go with the Python. So here, just give me a second. So here, variable names dot py dot py. So here we are getting the output Bharadwaj Gauri. We are getting the output Bharadwaj Gauri, right? So this is fine. This works absolutely fine. This is good way of naming the variable, right? So now let's go with the invalid variable. Let's go with the invalid variable. So let me comment this one. Let me comment this one, right? So here, mm, let me do one thing. Let me go with to name. So this is starting from the digit where it has to give us error, right? It has to give us error. So I'll just go with the Bharadwaj, Bharadwaj 2 here, Bharadwaj 2 here. So let me print uh, to name, right? So let me print to name here. So if I try to run the same, so just give me a second here. If I try to run the same variable names, I had to, just give me a second. What happened here? One second. I'll just type this one. Variable names dot py. So this one by py. So here we are getting the error invalid decimal literal. Invalid decimal literal. It shouldn't start with a, it shouldn't start with a number, right? So the variable name shouldn't start with a number, right? So let me delete this one and let me uncomment this one, right? So this is it for the variable names part. This is it for the variable names part. So let me summarize whatever we have learned till now. So we have to basically make use of meaningful valid names. We have to make use of meaningful valid names. We have to avoid keywords and we have to follow certain rules for variable naming to prevent the errors. We have to avoid keywords and follow the rules for variable naming to prevent the errors, right? So this is it for the variable names, right? So let's finish it off today. Let's finish it off for the let's finish it off till here, right, for today, right? So tomorrow from let's start with the strings. Let's start with the concept strings, right? For now, this is it. Thanks for watching, guys.